What's up on the Rise? I'm back again with my cousin Will.
What's up?
Today we're gonna be working on his serve.
Yeah.
What is up on the Rise? As you saw from the intro, today I have my cousin out there. We are working on his serve. I'm gonna take you through kind of my step-by-step process that I use for teaching the service motion. All right, so we start out, we have Will here, my cousin. He's just showing me his serves from before so we can get a baseline of what to look at, what his serve looked like before versus what his serve looked like after our 20 minutes of working on it. I think as you can see, he kind of struggles with kind of the overall motion a little bit. There isn't really, doesn't really come around and get under the ball, as well as he kind of struggles with that toss. We didn't spend a ton of time talking about the toss, but that is something that I would definitely have him work on in the future. After we got the initial baseline, I made sure to do a little grip check because sometimes I notice players aren't in the correct grip. He is in the correct grip, he's in that continental grip. I have a little video of showing you the easiest way I found to get in the continental grip is you just kind of take that little web on your hands, you put on the frame, you slide it all the way down to the bottom of the racket. That's going to get you in the continental grip. So we start out with working on his service motion. I always like to say you want the ball and the racket to touch so you have a consistent start point. Right? Racket's kind of pointing towards your target. The hands come down together, they go up together, and then you go up and get the ball. I try to keep things really simple when I'm teaching the serve. It's a very complex motion, as well as there's kind of a lot of individuality with the serve, and people like different things. So you kind of got to figure out what works best for each individual player. Here I am kind of directing him a little bit into that trophy position. That's something I thought he struggled with a little bit. That's definitely been one of the challenges with COVID is that you can't really touch players' rackets. So I think it's been a little difficult trying to teach some of these more important things. Next we get him, he was struggling a little bit with creating spin. I've always found that to help a player learn how to create spin, sometimes it's nice to have them start already up in that trophy position or back scratch position or whatever you want to call it. But this kind of just lets them focus on just having their swing go upwards to really go up and kind of create some sort of spin on the ball. Makes it easier because they don't really have to focus on the full motion, which can kind of overcomplicate things for someone trying to learn that motion. We just have them start up there, just kind of get a little bit of a feel for what they're looking for, and then later on we can incorporate the full service motion into it. But I think something that as rewatching this right now, he can get a little more of an upward swing on that service motion, and that will help him create more spin on the ball and help him have a more consistent serve. To finish up, I had him do a little test. I had him do 10 serves, and we were going to see how many in a row we got. I asked him how many he wanted to get. He said 7. I kind of thought I was a little overconfident. I was like, hey, you get 5, I figured that's pretty good. But to Will's credit, man, he got out there, he made the first, missed a few, then he made 6 in a row, and he made 7 out of 10 serves in the box. If you're struggling with your serve, a few things I would really recommend doing is 1, aiming up. I see if people can kind of create some spin, get some height on the serve, because most of the time I see people missing the net. Granted, they have to get that spin so they can dip the ball back in the court, but if they can do that, aim up. The second thing is if you're really struggling with getting the serve in play, I would aim right in the dead center of the service box. Give yourself the most room to miss your target and still have the ball land in the box. Overall, I thought this was very successful. A few things that I would tell Will to continue to work on is kind of smoothing out that motion, trying to get a little more upwards trajectory on that swing to generate a little more topspin. And then after you kind of start getting some consistency, I would then start working on kind of placing the ball a bit more. And eventually you're going to want to incorporate those legs in and start using your legs to really generate more power, more spin, and just make it a better serve by using your entire body. overall, this is kind of how I begin to teach the serve for players. Every player is going to be a little different. That's why that's what makes coaches great, is they're going to treat each player a little bit differently as what they need, because everyone's different. Everyone's going to have struggles, as well as everyone's going to have easier successes depending upon the player and depending upon what that player needs to do to develop a better serve.